Thought y'all would enjoy that. Start off with a little craziness. With my finger down my throat, going, what is he doing? See, before I usually do my videos, I go and have lunch. And today for lunch, I had one of the mangoes that came off my actual tree in my backyard. So, I'm eating it. And if you've never eaten a mango, they have like little threads that come in it. They'll drive you crazy when you're eating them. So it's like, oh, jeez. So, I'll be pulling those out of my teeth this entire video. So don't be surprised if you kind of see me reach out my mouth, pull something out, and like, because that stuff's driving me crazy. I really need some floss, but I don't have any floss because I'm out in the wilderness, aka the neighborhood where I work, and I'm doing my walk. So there you go. So hey, I'm Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching an all-new episode of Transparency Agenda Daily. Today is July 2nd. First of all, congratulations and happy Canada Day to all of our Canadian brothers and sisters. First and foremost, I'm an American who knows that if things go wrong, I'm escaping to Toronto, so I've got my escape plan. So I need to know all your important holidays. So this being an important one, I am prepared. In a couple more days, of course, will be the U.S.'s fireworks extravaganza, a.k.a. the 4th of July, a.k.a. we just like shooting things up in the sky and like watching them explode. That's really what it's about, so don't kid yourselves. So we got that going on. Oh, what a great weekend I had. I mean, when I use the word great, I mean awesomely great. It was a super great weekend. It was everything it could have been and more. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I had a great date this weekend. So, boom, great date. Got a second date. I've solidified that like any true person. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good in that like scheme of things. Because I know you're all wondering about my dating life because God knows it's the kind of adventure that you read about in fantasy, and it doesn't turn out anyway like it should in fantasy. Yeah, like, God, there's no unicorns for me. That's all I can say. So there you go. What other fun things? Oh, so we got the final cover in for the Alpha Adventure. I guess, let me rephrase that. We got the final image in for the Alpha Adventure for the upcoming Wrath of the Gatekeepers. I cannot wait to get the second cover started because that's the one that we're going to see a lot more because that's the one that's going to go on the side tracks. But it's also one that I think visually is awesome. Like I said, nothing makes you rethink your life choices than someone putting a gun to your head. So I think that one is going to be an awesome image. I think some people are going to be like, what is going on there? And I cannot wait. Cannot wait. I'm so excited. I really am so excited. So that's good. So let's get to the topic of today. So, I know you all saw that topic. We're like, what? What's he talking about? So, here's something that you may or may not know. I do decently well on RPG Now, Drive-Thru, and all that other stuff, and Paizo, wherever, selling PDFs. My best month, I won't really tell you what the best month was, but I will tell you this. The best month I've ever had on selling PDFs was north of $4,000. So that'll give you a good range. It was very much north of that. A lot of people are like, get the hell, it sounds crazy. But you've also got to remember a couple of things that makes me radically different than 90% of the people that sell. I've been selling PDFs online since 2001. That's right, 2001. I have sold from then. I remember when I sold $25 a month, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I've been doing this when the concept first initially came out. I remember how it was in the Wild Wild West. I remember the evolution and revolution. I remember the changes they've made. And now, you've got a situation where you've got a situation where PDFs are so standardly accepted and easily sellable, everyone does them. Because I remember at a point in time when the big companies were like, no way, you can't do PDFs, they're not worth it, it's junk, no one will pay for them, you had every excuse in the world. And what happened was that people accepted them. Like all new technologies, people accept them after a turn. Like one of the weird things that happened when we first got into this, and I've told this story before, so if you heard the story, you can fall asleep, it's not a big deal. When you first were selling at RPG Now, when they were not part of one bookshelf, this is like, the dark ages, literally. You couldn't leave their website without spending $5. So everybody put their product up for $5. Really, Spiderweb? Ugh, huge crab spider. So you couldn't leave without, spending minimum $5. So everybody's product was $5. And it didn't matter the page length. Then, it sounds silly now, but it's true. Then someone, aka Phil Reed, came up with the idea of let's make some, let's put the prices lower. And he was the first person to do it. And it was one of those moments of, oh, you don't have to buy my thing as a minimum. Anybody could buy a bunch of them and equal up to $5 and can sell it. And that became a thing. And that happened, and that really changed the market almost overnight. I mean, like I said, it sounds stupid when you think about it, but it's that was something that was not going on. There weren't a lot of people doing it. Anything we were doing was kind of innovative. And now, boom, that changed a lot. And what also happened, I think, also at the right time, is that D&D started developing the third-party stuff a little bit more. People started saying, oh, I want to do stuff, but I still don't have enough money to print a book. Let me do this print-on-demand thing, PDF thing, and see how it goes. And I don't think anyone actually really planned, another spider web, wow, that was a close one. I don't think anyone ever planned that it would have done as well as it's done. It's kind of surprising. And really, it all falls back to some very, very simple plans on what you do, how to generate money, and what you need to do. The biggest thing that you're going to do, if you want to really make $1,000 a month, and this is what the whole thing's about, selling $1,000 a month, which is not impossible. Let me tell you right now, selling $1,000 a month is not impossible online. You've got to do a couple things that are tough, but if you do them, you can easily make the money. Number one, you got to have a release schedule that's regular. You've got to release products on a regular release schedule. Whatever it is, it's got to be regular. If it's once a month, if it's once a week, or if it's once a day, you've got to kind of stick to this schedule. Now, I'll tell you from your own personal thing, do not do it once a day. Releasing a product once a day will put you out of business, even if you're doing the writing yourself. Because really, let's just be honest, there's a finite amount of money out there, and everybody can't support you every single day doing it. Fundamentally can't do that. So, what you do, you pick to a schedule that makes the most sense. Once a month, or twice a month, or once a week. Now, if you're going to do the once a week thing, make sure you make a product that's relatively cheap. And you say, what's relatively cheap? Anywhere between 99 cents and $1.99. Want to know why? People are like, why? Why? Because that's not a lot of money and people won't think anything big of it. And plus, they'll grab it with something else. You'll see something else for sale. Oh, man, yeah, I'll grab it. No big deal. Boom. Now, here's the best part. If the product you make value is worth a lot more than 99 cents, you probably will have a customer for life, or at least another customer. Because the hardest part is getting the customer to buy from you one time. That's your first introduction to them. That's the first introduction to them to you. If you can get them to say, okay, I don't feel like I lost my money on that deal, I will buy another one. That is a huge statement. What a beautiful house. I love this lawn. Beautiful lawn. So that's the thing. Try to grab them like that. I mean, once you got them, you got them. And it's impressive because it's getting people to give you money. People always talk about, oh yeah, I love this product. And well, this is a great example. I just at cons a lot when I used to go, but this works. Some people are like, oh, I love your product. It's so amazing. Da-da-da. I'm like, okay, you want to buy it now? Oh, no, I can't buy it now. Anybody puts up a hesitation of when you have the product in hand and they want to buy, they're probably not going to buy it from you. They're just not going to. It doesn't sound right. It's not fair. It just isn't. Hey, Roland. It's just that these things happen. It's not personal. Sometimes they don't actually have the money. But sometimes they don't want to be put on the spot. They don't want to spend the money. That's why PDFs are kind of a great little way to do that. So, let me tell you what I do that I think works the best. And it can help you in ways that you never thought about. So, I usually tell people, and I've told people before, this is not a big surprise. You take a product and you kind of split it in half. You split the product in half between the fluff and the mechanics. Let me give you a great one that we're doing right now. We've been doing it for years, because I knew eventually the day that's happening is would happen. So we did a product for our Calathon, our 4-armed rhino men, Scottish rhino men. You've seen images for it? Yes. So years and years ago, I put up a free product to download Either some of it's free or pay what you like, whatever. Put it up there for people to download to take a look at it. And people kept downloading it and kept down. And this has gone on for years and years. So I've had like somewhere probably like, for like 3,000 people have downloaded this free copy. And they all come back with the same thing. Oh, it's a cool race. I like the idea. Where's the stats for it? Hey, it's really cool. Where's the game mechanics? Hey, this is really interesting. I'd love this as my game. Where's the game mechanics? Well, we didn't create game mechanics. We created a cool idea to see if there's really any interest. And really, we put that thing up. That thing was up forever. It's been up forever. It's 3 pages. Just information. Just fluff. And every month we get people who download it, have never seen it before. It's free. They're going to try it out. And they've done that. And the reason this works best, it works best if you have your own website or if you're using RPG Now, but not at Paizo. You'll understand why in a second. Not that I'm saying it isn't good for Paizo. I'm just saying you can't do it. You'll see why. Hey, Mike. So this is it. Once the people have downloaded, you got their information. You can email them directly. One of the cool ways about emailing them directly is that you know that you're going to do, like I said, I knew I was going to do a full booklet for the Kaylathon. Knew it. Not a surprise. Knew it was going to happen. So, here we have all these people that downloaded it. 3,000 people downloaded it. It was free, didn't cost me anything. I'm going to figure, out of the 3,000 people that downloaded, I can maybe get reasonably 3% to give me money on this. 3%. Oh, the spider web. Jeez. 3%. 3% of 3,000. Anybody want to do the math real quick? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? That's about 100 people. 90 something, but really 90, but 100 people. So, 100 people will purchase it who've already seen interest. And we're going to put a price on it. It's color. It's full. It's like 16 pages. So it's going to run probably about $3.99 to $4.99, somewhere in that range. So boom. I'm going to get 100 people who are going to buy that. I'll say $4.50 for easy math. $4.50. Oh, $400. Let's do $400 for easy math. $400 right there. Now, those are people who've already bought the thing that you wouldn't be interested in. And it's only 3% of them. You can still get more of them. You can definitely get more. But thinking of it that way, it's like, okay, I got myself $300. Right? And I really took one product and split it into 2. And this can happen with any product you do. This is like a very simple thing. And what you want to kind of do is have products where people can test it first and then buy the full version. Here's a freemium version, here's the paid version. The freemium version doesn't really do anything for you, or maybe gives you a little bit of something, but the paid version gives you the real thing. People call it previews, whatever. I call it what it is. Marketing to get you to buy more. And the reason that I did it through RPG Now, when you go through RPG Now or your own website, you can email directly to those people because they sign up. People who sign up your stuff, you get their information, they sign up. Some people accept emails, some people don't. That's what I always like to do. So for people who don't accept emails, I put in specials for people who do accept emails. Like, oh, if you like this, here's a coupon for this for a little bit off. It also incentivizes them to buy more. That's what you want to do. You want to get people to buy as much as possible of your products, as regular as often. See how it goes back down to, got to have regular stuff. So, that being said, if you want to sell $1,000 a month, you've really got to sell roughly about, $30, $32, $33 a day. Okay, that's not a lot of money. 30 bucks a day. You can say 30 bucks a day, that's 900. So we'll just go with that one for easy math. 30 bucks a day. Okay. Do you have enough products to get people to buy $30 from you from a day? Well, I have well over 700 products. So yes, I've got enough product that people could buy. If all my product was $1 a piece, which it is not, I need to sell 30 per day. That's how you look at it. Well, if you've got 700 products, yeah, I think we can get, 30 per day. That's not unrealistic. Especially at $1. That's not unrealistic or even dumb. That you can do that for a long time. What's another way you can do it? Here's a secret way that people don't tell you. I think it's kind of funny, but this goes back to the affiliate thing. If you have an account on RPG Now, sign up for an affiliate. The affiliate will bring you 10% of whatever you sell on your website. I have a website that usually if you ever notice when I'm doing a press release, I point them back to my website, which is lpjdesign.rpgnow.com. That's my affiliate store. I get an extra 10% when I sell there. Not just my stuff, whoever's stuff. So if you find a product that you like that would fit well with your product, say you got a product, what's a good one? What's a good one? Someone wrote me. A friend of mine's watching Luke Cage as her day off, and she's enjoying it. I'm not going to reveal anything, but it's been pretty incredible. But just that might pop up sometimes. So, like I said, you want to team up with maybe a product that isn't out of your line, but still could make you money. So, okay, I have one on ships. Well, if I want to be really cool, I tell people, hey, if you're interested in ships, check out like Razor or Pirates. Check out Razor Coast. Well, Razor Coast, I don't own that. I don't make any money when it sells, but I do, remember, because I'm selling an affiliate program and I get 10%. And so if this thing costs as a PDF, let's just say $20, well, you make $2 from that. And if you're really smart, you say, hey, if you like Razor Coast, pick up our supplement that would work really well with it. So you get to sell 2 products. You get to sell your product, number 1. You get to sell Razor Coast, number 2. And then you get the float, the in between the float, as they call it, interest, as they say it someplace, of the 10%. So if you've got a product for $2, they buy Razor Coast and your product at $22. Boom, they buy the product. You get the money from your product you paid. They charge like $2. Plus, you get the 10% from the total sale, which is $2.20. See that? You sold your product for $2, and then you made an extra $2.20. Now, you're thinking to yourself, geez, I never really thought about it like that. Yes, it's that simple. And you keep doing that over and over. And the more products you have, the better chance you have for that to happen. See, the biggest problem people run into isn't they don't have good products. They just don't have enough products. When you've got like 10, 20 products, that's good. But you still don't have enough of a catalog for people to really buy as deeply as you want them to. And most importantly, you don't have a diverse enough catalog. Look, when you look at my products, let me run down some of the stuff I can think of at the top of my head that I sell that would work well. We sell RPG player's guides. We have campaign settings. I have got, and for all different systems, Pathfinder, 3.5, D20 Modern. I also sell stock art, but I sell different types of stock art. I sell traditional stock art, color art. I also sell maps. I also sell layout. I sell in lots of different categories over lots of different stuff to make myself anything else. Stock art, science fiction, fantasy. Try to be as diverse as possible as you are trying to generate this money. And it's not really a lot of money you're generating. I mean, think about it. You can do this $1, $2 at a time. And you can walk away with a pretty good salary. Now, some of you people are like, well, that's not like a lot of money. I don't understand the big deal. It's only $1,000. But look, who's turning down $1,000? I mean, you got to be like stupid to turn down $1,000. Hey, I made an extra $1,000 this month. Geez, what will I do with that extra $1,000? Well, my car payment's $350. Wouldn't it be nice to know that my business I'm creating would cover my car payment? Yeah, I did that. I did that with my first car that I ever bought, my Honda Civic, my black one. So loud. I bought that, and the money I generated from RPG Now paid for that car. That's how it should be. Do something cool like that, generate the money, and you keep generating, and it keeps generating money forever. Like, let me tell you, when I stopped putting out products this year, I just wanted to see how long I could go without putting out any products and just, see how long I could float it. Well, I was making pretty decent sales for 6 months without actually really releasing a lot of product on this old product I was selling. Now, because I have so much product and still so many people are interested, like, oh my God, that's a cool product. Why didn't I think about that? It just kept going. And of course, now I got new product to sell. Any new product you sell pushes your back stock. And this is, okay, here I go. Now I'm gonna get really super geeky, so please be prepared for this. There's a book called The Long Tail, which talks about selling products over a long period of time that maybe don't sell as many as they normally would. I think Chris Anderson from Wired was the one who actually wrote this one. I read this book like nearly a decade ago, but it's a smart book because online and Amazon deal with a concept called the infinite shelf space. People right now, at this moment, who are fans of D20 Modern, while the book, I think, is now back in print through PDF, and I think you can get it print on demand now. You can get it print on demand. You can play that game system from now to Doomsday. Now to Doomsday. The cooler part about it is there's product for it. There's tons of product for it. People are still making new product for it, which is, I find, surprising, but I've got a ton of old product that I have readily available that people can use if you're a fan of D20 Modern. Maybe you've never heard of it before, never seen it before. Boom, hey, here's some D20 Modern stuff. Geez, I wonder if there's some other stuff from third-party guys. Boom, there's a ton of my stuff. This infinite bookshelf, or shelf space, will last forever. And the more products you have, the longer the tail, as they call it. If you read the book and see the graph, you understand where this comes from. The term the long tail. The more products you can sell for long periods of time. I have a map book that I've been selling. It's one of the first products I ever sold. That map book sells probably 1 to 2 every month. Now I want you to understand this. I made this product back in 2002. This product is still selling. Still selling. 2018. 16 years later. Still selling. That product cost me, I think it was $200 to make. Within the first 6 months, probably less than that if I'm being honest, we covered that price. And ever since then, the rest of it's been pure profit. Pure profit. Geez, I wonder what kind of product sells, like I said, 2 or 3 copies a month. Well, let's say 2 copies a month over 17 years. What's that worth to you? Now imagine if you've got 50 or 60 products that do that. You don't have to push them. You don't have to even talk about them. People find them and they keep buying it. The best part of it all, that modern day maps I'm talking about, that thing has got reviews. I think maybe it's got like 15 or 16 one-star reviews. 15 or 16 one-star reviews. It's been selling for 16 years. Do you think I'm ever going to take that thing down? God, no. The worse people talk about it, the more it sells. That's the other weird part. People are like, I would never suggest this product to anyone. This thing's horrible. People keep buying. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. People keep buying. After 17 years, you got to go, well, dude, I don't care. At this point, it just sells. It just sells. I can't take it down because it sells. It sells consistently. And that's kind of what you want to do. You want to have your product sell 1 a month. 1 a month. 1 a month. That's kind of the dream. If my entire line sold 1 a month, I would do, well, that would never be great for me. So I was thinking in my head, $1 a piece. But no, if they sold like 1 a month the price, I wouldn't be working my job. I'd be doing that. Hell, if I sold my stuff, each one of my things for $2 a month, I might seriously be like, maybe we'll go to a part-time gig. I think realistically, if I could move, let's just say this. Here's some crazy ideas. Let's just say, well, even at $1,000 a month, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. At $1,000 a month, you can get a car payment and still have easily $600 left over to do something. That's a $400 car payment. Get $600 to do stuff. What could you do with an extra $600 a month? Well, if you were me, you'd put that stuff away in a CD and just wait 5-6 years. Keep saving it. So you think 6 times 12, 7,200, 5 years. Somewhere nearly maybe about 40 grand in cash. That's if you did that. If you want to do what I suggest. There's lots of things you can do. But I think it's best that you focus on getting out products and selling. And make the best product you can for relatively the cheapest price possible. One of my favorite people who does this, I think he's a master at this. I'm still mad at him about this. Raging Swan. Raging Swan does black and white art in his products. Makes awesome products with black and white art. While everyone's not a big fan of black and white art, his content's so good, people buy him. He also has a Patreon page. Does very, very well. That's like another little spin of it too. I think he has mastered that to the point where his people on his Patreon pay for him to do his work, and he sells his stuff as PDFs, and he makes an extra bit of money. That's it, man. That's it. Figure out a way how you can hustle it that way. Now, let me ask the important question. Did anybody find that most of this stuff useful? Are you still like, well, wait a minute, I need to learn how did you do this or how did you do that? Because I always talk about this stuff, but I don't know if I give everybody the answers they're looking for. So do me a favor, if you've got a question, put it below and write it real quick, and I'll see if I can answer it.
Hey, can you move the table back for me so it won't be in your way?
No problem.
Just put it right over here. You gonna try to go home?
So, helping my boss. Always help out your boss. That's always good. All right, so thanks for the video. It was great. Yeah, well, like I said, I want people to start making. Now I'm very hot. I gotta fan myself. I want people to start making more money. Whew, it is very hot. Through the sales on drive-through, RPG Now, Paizo, their own website. And that's another thing too. Okay, here's something else I forgot to mention. I should have said this, and this is my fault. All right, so a lot of you need to understand, you need to sell in lots of different places. You need to sell in lots of different places. I always say RPG Now because I've been there forever. Don't get me wrong. You know, you spend 16 plus years. Yeah, I'm hot. You would not believe how hot I am. After 16 some odd years, I have a really good relationship with them. I know what to expect for them. I know how my sales are going to do. It's pretty much to the point where I can close my eyes and I know it's kind of roughly what I'm going to do there. That being said, I also have my own website, my own personal website. I don't sell as much there, even though I really should. The problem being, since I've been doing this selling for so long, it's kind of hard for me to break away from RPG Now, which isn't a good thing. I'm not going to tell you it's a good thing, but here's why. When I sell on RPG Now, they take 35%. That's what they take. 35%. I don't like that they take 35%, but I get a lot of sales from them. So I really don't complain that much because I get paid very well. I don't have to work my money. It comes to me like I like it. I have an affiliate program that works very well. I've got it set up there, so it works very well. I sell other people's products under my name brand. A lot of people don't realize that. There's a lot of products I sell that aren't actually my products. They're actually licensed products that I do for other people, and I get a percentage. People are like, oh, I didn't know you did a percentage. Oh, what is the best software to put a PDF together? I believe InDesign is the best layout program there is, but if you don't have InDesign, find something that works for you. There's tons of free stuff out there. I'm a graphic designer, so I get to use the high-end products. My other thing is, getting Adobe, the whole Adobe suite is like less than $50 a month, or maybe even $60. Whatever it is, it's worth it because you're going to make money off this. It isn't like you're spending that money on candy or bubble gum or something you're not going to use. That is stuff that you're going to use. You're going to make some money on that. That's a win-win. That's a 100% win-win. Spend the money. And if you're like, well, I don't know how to do Adobe. Well, here, there's a new invention. Let me tell you this. It's a radical thing. It's going to be amazing when I tell you this. So you got to be prepared. Get a pencil. Write this down. There's this new place you got to check out that gives you. It's just amazing. Okay. Are you ready? Got your pen? You ready? Okay. I'm going to spell it out for you and give you the .com so you can definitely go there and check this thing out. You'll be amazed how easy this is. YOUTUBE. Yes, YouTube. When you can't figure something out, go to YouTube, type in what you're wondering, and I'm willing to bet you there's a video for it. I have been designing forever. I mean, since 93. Even I go, how do I get this thing? Well, that's something I can't remember. Let me go to YouTube because YouTube always has it. There's somebody out there who wants to get knowledge. See, videos are the way to go. So do that. Check out what you think is best. Use Adobe Acrobat. I believe in using Adobe Acrobat. Has a lot of great stuff. Acrobat is an amazing, strong program. If you really if you kind of get PDFs, read about Acrobat. See how it works. Find the little nuances. A lot of great stuff there. Just some amazing stuff. And learn how to do good layout. Once you learn Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, you are legitimately, I would say, a legitimate designer. Whatever that means, it means you can put together a product and make it look good. I've been doing it for years. I focus on the way they do it. That's why my products look the way they do. I can't draw a stick figure right. Anybody knows I can't draw anything right. I'm a horrible artist. Horrible. But I know how to use InDesign very, very well to maximize the art I get and the look and feel. And that's something you can learn too. I mean, I didn't go to school for this. Remember, my degree's in political science. I'm a political science by love. But, by trade and by work, I'm a graphic designer. So you can do it too. Don't think you can't do it. I can do it. You can do it. Trust me. It took time. It took a lot of focus, but you can do it. Any other questions? I'm giving you the good knowledge. If you want to know how to make some money, this is the time you should be asking. And don't worry about asking a dumb question. I'll tell you it's dumb anyway, but it might be something brilliant I might steal. I've done that before. I've seen a brilliant dumb idea. That's the dumbest idea ever, and I'm stealing it. Happens all the time. So I'm just saying, don't think that you can't think about what's brilliant. Oh, this thing's gonna drive me crazy. Do you mind? My computer is having a problem. Probably most likely because of a stupid thing. There you go. I'll look at what time it is, because I don't know what time it is. Sorry about this for a second, people. Oh, okay, I've got lots of time. So yeah, so let me see if I missed any of the questions that might have popped up. Yeah, Universal YouTube is great. Yes, TJ has just said that, and I believe it totally. I use YouTube a lot of good stuff on YouTube, a lot of good just marketing stuff on YouTube. You know, and just remember, if you want to really do this thing as like a proper person, it's great wanting to go on your own and do your thing. But there's nothing wrong with learning through RPG Now, Drive-Thru, Paizo, whoever. They will teach you a lot about selling and getting involved in how you need to reach out and how you need to do marketing and how you do need to do stuff. But read that stuff. Check on it. It's readily available for you, and it's like just there. I'm just like I said, I would not call myself a guru. I'm just a dude who just has been doing it so long, and to get myself out to walk, I get to do these videos and I talk about stuff I like, and I've always liked this kind of stuff. I like the business aspect, man. I think so many people. I got lucky when I got into the business. But I really decided to really do it. Matt Forbeck and Shane Hensley were just put out Deadlands. That's how long it was. And I was like, look, I'm looking to do this stuff. And they really, both of them taught me just information I just didn't know at the time. And they're incredibly helpful for that. And I was always appreciative of that. It sounds silly, but it's like there's so much of this out here. The problem is a lot of people who are interested in this stuff don't get the ask because they're like, oh, I couldn't ask Owen this. He's a big time game designer. I'm like, you can ask anybody you want, man. People are friendly here. If you want to know, we'll just talk. Hey, what was this guy? You know this guy? Hey, we're friendly guys, and we have tons of knowledge. You can always learn from people here. There's, don't think of like, people use the word guru for me. I'm not a guru because I don't know everything. And you know what? I learn every day. But I can tell you from a perspective of a guy who has not had the advantages of being connected with companies because I worked for this company and I did it on my own. You can do it. You can definitely do it. And if you're a good person and you know how to, do both, if you can be a cool person and do your own thing and talk to companies, you can do very well in this business. You can make an actual living at this business. If you hustle it perfectly, you can make an actual living at this business where you don't have to depend on other people to make yourselves money. That drives me crazy. I'm going to tell people this one. This is like a little hidden secret. So there's so many guys who are doing writing right now that I know, friends and people. They're also writing for, other companies and stuff like that. And I think that's scam. Sorry. Bothered me at lunch. I think so many people, if you write for any other company, you need to be writing for yourself. You need to be developing your own line of stuff. You need to be developing your own thing. You need to be developing ebooks for yourself. And I developed, ebooks for New Exodus because I was like, hey, we got to start doing this. Plus, I need to develop this for intellectual property reasons. And you can turn to people and say, look, we've got stories, got this. That's why I did that. That's the reason. Eric Scott DeBee, who's done work for me, he's done work for himself. I want him to do even more work for himself. I want to do more work for me because he's a good writer. He knows what he's doing, and he could do this full time, hustling, and becoming the guy. He could become the big guy that writers talk about. I think it's just about focusing and understanding why you need to do it. Voicemail, I'm not listening to that garbage. I just think you need to really just do it. Look. And let me tell you this part. This is something that people don't want to tell you. Look, the first things you're going to put out are going to be absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. It is. You don't think it's going to be your magnum opus. It won't be. It'll be absolute garbage. It doesn't matter. Keep putting it out. Keep putting it out. Keep putting it out. And eventually you're going to get better. If you do the same thing over and over, eventually over time you just have to get better. Just on pure, understanding what's going on, looking at other people's products, seeing what sells, you can figure it out. And you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And, making $1,000 a month, doing this as a side gig will be like not a big deal. It'll be like, oh man, I remember when I got my first 100, like me, the old guy, that was amazing. But, now I do very well. But also remember, I put in a lot of time into this. I made sacrifices to do this. Were all the sacrifices the best? Probably not. But were some of them necessary? Oh, yes. Would I have changed anything? No. I can't. I can't go back. But I'm thankful I got the skills necessary that I can do amazing things and I can always survive in any kind of setting. I mean, learning to run your own business like this will only teach you how to be more independent and not have to worry about if something happens at your job or happens in your personal life. Like people, there's tons of people who work a job, lose their job, don't have any avenues to do anything. And I don't want you to be in that situation. I want you to start thinking about how can I still survive, thrive, get stronger, get better, be more well known just by doing this. And don't be afraid. I know it's scary and I know it's terrifying, but don't be afraid. You know, I was afraid. When I got kicked off of RPG Now, I remember I got kicked off of RPG Now for 10 months. I thought my company was going to make it. I was like, oh, I can't do 10 months without RPG Now. I'm going to miss that month. And I didn't know it was 10 months, but it just happened to work out that way. But came back, continued, did what I did best, focused on it. And now, you know, a decade after that, I sell product. All right, that's it. I'm going to cool down so I can go finish my work and do some other stuff. So on Wednesday, we'll talk about some comic book related stuff. I'm probably sure it's going to be an artist. I'm thinking I might be talking about Jim Lee. We talked about George Perez before, but maybe I'll talk about John Byrne. But I've met John Byrne in person. There's a great story or two. Some great stories too in that. So we'll see what happens. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate this. You could have been doing anything else, like, sleeping, but I do appreciate this. Thank you for stopping by. I'm hoping to take some of the video that I do, strip the audio out, and put it up as a podcast. That's something I'm planning to do in the future, or maybe even get some of it more of it over on YouTube. We're going to see how that goes. So as always, thank you so much, and I will talk to you all Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Oh, no. Wednesday's the 4th of July, so you might see me much earlier, or you might just do a show inside my house. You never know. We'll see what happens on Wednesday. I'll talk to you all later.